Welcome to the Rockstar Mentor podcast. I am your host, Sonya Paz. Today is episode 19.
Welcome to the Rockstar Mentor podcast, the podcast to inspire you and bring the kickstart you need to crush it in the art industry. We'll bring you creative insights, inspiring interviews, valuable resources, and art marketing, along with decades of experience to provide you the strategic approach to unleash your creative talents and rock your inner entrepreneur. Now, your creatively energetic host, Sonya Paz.
Sonya Paz here with the Rockstar Mentor podcast. I'm going to tell you right up and foremost that I am doing this podcast remote today, so I am not in the studio. I want to get started because I am going to provide you a short episode because I am on the run today, but all of you are so important to me that I want to make sure that I give you some great tips and ideas on the topic that I have today of telling the story with your artwork. Now, as you know from the last 18 episodes, I'm a mentor. Well, I'm an artist, but I'm a mentor that also doesn't mess around. I don't give you the light and fluffy version of things. I am to the point and I am direct. So when I tell you that you have to tell stories with your artwork, I'm 100% completely serious. As much as my art is fun and my art is whimsical, it's very popish and cubistic style with some great deep tones and flavors of color, my art business is 1,000% serious. And that's true because I make a living doing this. Now, what I want to tell you is that I have oftentimes heard people say, I just want to paint what is popular. I want to paint what I think I can get the most money for. And that comment always stumps me. It knocks me in my tracks. And I guess for some of you, maybe that works. But if you want repeat clientele, if you want people to come back to you, if you want to have folks that follow you and come see you at shows and are dedicated collectors, they want to know what the story is. You got to be in it for having folks come back to you, really love your work, want to collect you, and tell others about you. Now, when I started painting my pop art style, which was in the mid-90s, I had done all different kinds of artwork and a lot of it real personal. And then I thought at one point, well, I'm just going to paint what I think people want. Well, there is a truth to that, but it has to be deep down inside from you. What's burning inside of you that has to get out there by way of your visual art. I know for me, and I'm going to tell you again, I have been doing this a long time. Way too long, but I love every second of it. When you are creating, the passion that you put into pieces that are more of you, they're direct extensions of you and what you're experiencing and what you're feeling, it really translates and resonates with what you're creating. Now, for instance, I've done a lot of pieces that have been over and over, may have been more of the commercial, and those are great. And there's a passion there. You know, my love for the winery scenes or my love for city life, and those come through in my landscape pieces. And of course, my love for pets, and those come out in my pet pieces. However, if I feel the need that I have to just completely be robotic and do pieces that just to get them out, I'm going to tell you, those don't sell as well. When there is a piece of artwork that I have completely put my heart and soul in, those are the ones that I feel really tell the story. And it's not so much what you see as far as the artwork, it is the story that I'm telling. Because when I tell those stories, they're straight from the heart. And that is what comes out in my description, in my mannerisms, my body language, and how I can educate my customer on what was going on with me during that creation period. I'm going to pick out a series right now. Let me think here. My decaffeination series. This was done back in 2010. I had a lot of issues going on with my stomach, had to go to the doctor. She told me stop drinking coffee. After so many years of her telling me this, I finally listened and I stopped drinking coffee. The reasons I had reservations about not stopping coffee was because I felt deep down inside, I'm an artist. I need coffee to fuel my art. But what was happening is the more coffee I drank, the more lousy I ended up feeling because I wasn't up to I didn't have the energy level. My stomach issues based on the acidity of coffee were becoming quite compromised. Let's put it that way. And I thought that the more coffee I drank, the more energy I would have. But it was actually, for me, it was taken a total opposite effect. So I had stopped cold turkey. Within a few days later, I actually hadn't felt that great in years. And I thought, oh my God, I feel amazing. I feel rejuvenated. And I want to tell this story. How best else to tell this story about this experience was to create a whole series around it. And usually when I want to develop a new series or I'm contemplating a new series, I feel a little afraid. Will this be received well? Will people like it? Will they understand the story? Will they be able to relate? But this one truly was personal, and I don't want to say I really didn't care what people thought, but in so many words, I really didn't care what people thought because this was something that I needed to get out onto the canvas and share with everybody. Share with customers, share with new people, share with maybe other fellow decaffonians or decaffonites. I don't know. Is that even a word? But with other people who may have encountered the same style of experience as me. It started off with one big piece. I didn't start small and start gradually growing this series. I went for the gusto. I went for the full for the full experience. And I did this on a 55-inch by 55-inch canvas. It was a woman in a land where there was lattes. And I will tell you, I'll share a little experience that when I was told by my doctor that I couldn't have any more coffee, I felt like she was taking other things away from me. She was telling me how to change certain things with my diet that will just help me fill the void of the coffee, per se. And I had said to her, well, I'm not giving up candy because I love my candy. And she said, as long as it doesn't have coffee in it, I think you're fine. Nothing too acidic. Just you got to be kinder to your system. So I went ahead and I started creating this piece. And the more I started creating it, the more things started evolving into this piece. In short, the name of the artwork was called In the Land of Lollipops and Lattes. And in this piece, and I will be posting it on the show notes, also on this and the blog page on rockstarmentor.com, this piece had a woman, it had little lollipops in the background, it had a big, giant latte, a decaf latte no less, in the foreground, a sun, and just some really interesting whimsical components to the work that I wasn't going to hold back. I was going to put everything in there that I needed to put in there. And stepping back from the finished work, I was almost emotional because I thought this is it. This is the signature piece to this decaf series that I'm doing. And I'm going to call it In the Land of Lollipops and Lattes because that's what it was. It was now a new adventure for me to embark down and embrace a whole new different style of feeling that I had because I didn't feel queasy every day. I felt like that for 3 years, everyone. I don't know if any of you have done that or have felt just not yourself by creating because of your diet or exercise, or maybe you're a smoker, maybe you drink. I mean, whatever. Maybe you just love life too much and that gets you down. Of course, I'm joking. But if you've ever felt as though you were hindered by something and weren't able to completely feel good about things, then making small shifts in your lifestyle could certainly be a benefit. Now, other pieces followed. There was the Gotta Have a Latte Sunshine that came about. There was one with the rabbit coming out of the hat saying, basically it was me, a representation of me saying, deal me up another decaf. And that one was very representational of how I felt. But there was a whole series of the coffee and the decaf that I was able to passionately tell my customers, my clients, my collectors, new folks that have been collecting, people that may have just stopped by the gallery that wanted to learn a little bit more about it, just kind of get an essence of what I was thinking. And that storytelling process in the art creation is truly essential. Now, I would love it. I would absolutely love it if you all of you, send me an email to mentor@rockstarmentor.com. Send me some stories that you have of artwork that you've done. Send some photos in there. I would love to talk about this in a future episode. Would love to know what your experiences were, how you ended up coming up with a certain series or specific artwork that you have an incredible experience with that you can share with others. Now, like I said, I'm going to keep this episode pretty quick because I am remote today. The honest truth of the matter is, everyone, that my laptop took a dump. It's being repaired presently, but I am doing this from a remote device. Now, I don't want to forget that I do have a sponsor, the Brush Guys at thebrushguys.com. They are great. They have wonderful customer service. They will hook you up and give you 5% off if you use the promo code Rockstar in the shopping cart. I'm going to be back hopefully with my regular setup on Friday. I may be doing this remote again, so if that's the case, no worries. Got some great questions asked for the follow-up on Fan Mail Friday coming up, and I will be tackling those questions and getting you some great information, so don't despair. If you're on our website, rockstarmentor.com, and you would like to become part of our mastermind group where you can share, get advice, be part of a great art community, imagine yourself in a room with other artists that you can talk to, share your information, and perhaps even give advice to others who are new or established in the art industry. I'm going to wrap it up right now, everyone. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. This is episode 19. This is all about storytelling with your art. I truly admire and respect and appreciate all of you. The amount of subscribers that I've gotten on the podcast has been amazing. I thank you so much. This is a great time for me. I love talking to you all. I love to engage with everyone. So keep the emails coming. Send me a note. Connect with me on the Facebook page, Rockstar Mentor on Facebook. Connect with us also on the Mastermind group. And I hope you're having a fabulous week. I will see you on Friday, and peace out, everyone.